What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? Welcome to the PT channel. I'm One Eye Bright. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead Season 9 for sure. In this video, we're going to cover the back half of Season 9, some potential spoilers, and I think the information is pretty good for the back half of Season 9, and I know a lot of people still want some spoilers. They still want information for the back half of Season 9, even though the episodes won't come back till February 10th. Obviously, spoiler warning for the first half and the second half of Season 9 of The Walking Dead. But first, guys, before we get to the spoilers, if you can, show us some love by hitting that subscribe button. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family what we do here, and become a valued member of the PT channel and our Walking Dead family. Photo credit and info credit to these fine folks right here. Here we go. Lydia is kidnapped around episode 9 by Michonne. Daryl might also assist. Alpha also manages to get a hold of a couple hostages. We think one of them is Luke. There's conflicting reports about the survival of these hostages. Alpha brings several Whisperers with her to Hilltop and demands Lydia back in exchange for her hostages. This should be in episode 11. Daryl eventually takes Lydia out to them and gives her back. Lots of walkers start approaching Hilltop. They are drawn by the sounds of a crying baby that supposedly belongs to one of the Whisperers. And so I believe the picture right here is from the second half trailer of The Walking Dead. The person circled in red I'm going with is Lydia. I think this will happen in episode 909. I do not think that Lydia is this walker, well, Whisperer right here. The Whisperers are probably there. Michonne and Magna, Yumiko, Daryl, Aaron are going to kill all these Whisperers, probably, well, the ones that remain. A lot of people are thinking this is Lydia, and I don't think so. I think this Whisperer is going to get chopped in half by Michonne, like, right away, and I think Lydia just doesn't have the same outfit. If you see the Whisperer there, and then you see Lydia there in the trailer, it just looks different. She's got darker clothes, and it looks pretty much like the person that's on the horse that is blindfolded. Cassidy McClincy, I believe is her name. She is going to play Lydia on The Walking Dead. She'll probably be around for a long time if they go by the comics, but a lot of people are thinking that she's going to have a connection with Daryl. I just don't see that. I see Lydia and Henry and not Lydia and Daryl. I believe this is a good shot of Alpha right here. I think Alpha and her group of Whisperers. I don't think we're going to see Beta till a later episode. We'll see Lydia first, then Alpha, and then Beta. I think this is pretty much where Luke and Alden get taken hostage. So they'll trade Luke and Alden for Lydia. Or do they trade one for one? Out of these two, who would survive, do you think? I think Alden's got to go because Alden has a love interest. That's what happens on The Walking Dead. I could see Alden being killed and Luke being traded for Lydia. Will it happen like that? We just don't know, but I can't wait to find out. And here's a great shot of Alpha coming to Hilltop to get Lydia and Daryl going to talk to Alpha. You can see the one wing on Daryl's vest, and I can't wait to see how this goes down. Alpha demands the Whisperers to leave the baby since it's attracting walkers. The Whisperer obeys and puts the baby on the ground, and they leave. Connie runs out and rescues the baby. Still not clear if the hostages that Alpha had were successfully exchanged or if they die. After Lydia leaves, Henry will follow after her. He ends up at the Whisperer camp where he is likely held captive. This is likely happening in episode 12. Daryl will go after Henry. There might be others involved with the search. We just don't have all the information here. Daryl takes a dead Whisperer's walker suit and wears it to infiltrate the Whisperer camp. Awesome, awesome, pretty awesome. So there's some differences already of how they're doing the Whisperers and Daryl. Connie goes to rescue the baby. She probably just wants to protect the baby, and I'm excited to see what happens with Connie, Kelly, Yumiko, Magna, and Luke. Hopefully they stick around for a long time, but we'll have to see. As for Henry, I think Henry gets the Lydia Carl story arc from the comics. It just makes more sense. Carl and Henry are about the same age here, and I believe Lydia's like 17, 18, the same age as Henry, so it makes more sense that they're together, and they hinted at the idea that Henry is interested in Enid. Enid's with Alden. We'll see if Alden sticks around and what happens with that, but I'm excited to find out. How about you? The walker suit that Daryl takes should be pretty cool. That's definitely different than the comic to the show, and since we already had a different introduction of the Whisperers with Jesus dying, I wonder what other differences we're going to have. Back at the Whisperer camp, one of the Whisperers is getting punished in the form of a beheading. Apparently, some of the other Whisperers have Greek alphabet names too. The one that gets beheaded is a female that might be going by the name Zeta or Delta or something else like that. This Whisperer lady does something to piss off Alpha. Right now, it's not clear exactly what she does. Even after apologizing, Alpha shows no mercy on her. Zeta, Delta, Sigma, whatever the lady's name is, gets strangled and then decapitated by a wire. She's beheaded by either Alpha or Beta. There's conflicting reports of who actually does the deed. So that's pretty crazy. Well, there's no doubt about the Whisperers being bad. There's some debate if Negan's truly bad or if he's good or he's this. He's complex, to say the least. But the Whisperers are bad. No doubt about that. And I wonder if the show's going to cover some of those topics. They're not best to talk about. You know, it's some stuff that may happen in a zombie apocalypse, but it's just topics that I really don't want to talk about. If you know the comics, you know what we're talking about. Alpha and Beta are going to be terrible. Alpha's leadership lets the Whisperers do whatever they want to do. And I think the show has to tread lightly there. Like I said, if you know the comics, you know what we're talking about. They're topics that are just not good, like sexual assault. And I really don't want to see that on the show, and I don't think they should show that, so they got to do some other gruesome and gory things. But the Whisperers are definitely, no doubt, a terrible villainous group. And we'll see how it goes down with Daryl and Negan potentially, and Beta for sure. And if you know the comics, you know what happens between Negan and Alpha, and I wonder if that's going to be a major change for the show. If you know the comics, you know what I'm talking about. Her severed head is presented to other Whisperers as a demonstration of what happens when you don't listen to Alpha. Zeta, Delta, some crazy name, apparently has a boyfriend, significant other. Beta supposedly holds him down during the beheading. Afterwards, Alpha stabs unlucky boyfriend Whisper to death. So unless there is some mix-ups going on here, it looks like that Alpha will be doing the actual beheading and Beta is there to assist. So wow, the Whisperers sound terrible and a horrible group to encounter. So we'll see how it goes down. We have some pictures for episode 909, I believe. I'm guessing this is at Hilltop, when Daryl goes to talk to Lydia, who's probably a prisoner at Hilltop. Here's a great picture of Daryl, Magna, and Yumiko on a bridge, I'm guessing. And I believe it's the same bridge that the Spoiling Dead fans have some great pictures of right here. And I think that's what we're going to see here. I believe Magna, Yumiko, Daryl, and Michonne are here encountering someone. Is it Lydia? Is Lydia not at the graveyard, but she's here? Here's the bridge, I believe, the Red Oak Creek covered bridge. Pretty historical, I'm guessing there, if you know Georgia. Also, at the filming, they saw a house like this. Is this where Negan goes? Alpha and Beta are nomadic. They really live in the woods. I would assume that if anyone's going to be here, it would probably be Negan, but we have to see. Michonne looks to be on the bridge also, and the more that I look at it, I'm just thinking that this is where they encounter Lydia, but I'm just guessing this is where they encountered Lydia in episode 909. I'm not sure if this is episode 909 or when Lydia is captured already and Alpha comes to Hilltop to be like, where's my daughter at, with the Whispers. So it could be that. I love the picture right here of Daryl. For one thing, look at the X's that are behind Daryl. Yes, it's wood. I know there's supports just like barn doors, but it's clearly an X. It's a picture. Does it mean anything with the X on his back and Michonne's back, or is it just there by chance? And if you watch The Talking Dead, you saw Negan in Alexandria. He goes somewhere in Alexandria, looks like by the church, and he gets a shovel. He picks up the shovel and walks towards the homes. He goes to Michonne's house, and he doesn't see anybody, and then that's the end of the clip. But it's kind of funny. You see Negan pick up a shovel. He doesn't have Lucille. He still has the jeans and the blue jacket on. And there's definitely a Negan type sound effect that's there to signify Negan being free or something. And also when he approaches the homes, there's definitely like a Michael Myers type music, Halloween type of thing. And the way he's standing there, it just has that Halloween feel. And if you check out the clip online, you have to check it out on somewhere else because I don't have it here. But it's interesting. And I'm like, whoa, did they subtly put that in there? Or am I hearing things? But Negan goes towards the homes. He goes into Michonne's house and he doesn't encounter anybody. Well, then it cuts out. So we don't see him encounter anybody. But he goes up the steps and he looks in Michonne's bedroom and no one's there and it stops. But will he talk to Judith? Will he just leave? Will Judith shoot him and he goes back to jail? I don't know. There's no way to tell exactly what happens because the clip stops and I'm like, oh no, I want to know what happens. But Negan opens the door, then he looks in, he's like, he is Negan, but there's no one there. And how do you feel about Negan? Can he redeem himself? I think the only way he redeems himself is if he helps Judith, Michonne, Daryl, or all three, or he saves Daryl's life from Beta, or something. And here's a good picture of Judith's drawing. I'm guessing Judith drew it. It just made sense. And you can see Negan looks at the picture And then he's like, oh man. And he probably just leaves. Hopefully he doesn't interact with anybody or kill anybody, but I just don't think that. I think we want to have Negan be redeemed. I'm guessing Negan is here at the sanctuary. It just makes sense that he goes back there. Will he run the sanctuary again? Will he go to the Whispers? Will he meet Alpha? There's only one way to tell when The Walking Dead returns. February 10th, 2019. I can't wait. I'm super excited. So that's the early spoilers that came out over the summer for filming of the back half of season 9. We'll have to see if they're true or not, but I definitely have faith in the information. I'm not saying it's 100% confirmed. Some of it could be there, some of it could be different. Even in the spoilers, they weren't sure of the confirmed information and what it was or not. So I can't say it's 100% confirmed yet, but I can't wait to find out when The Walking Dead returns February 10th. So let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, guys. If you like what we do here, definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you have hit that subscribe button, please tell your friends and family to join our group. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate it. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. And tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.